We've found that managers can develop their leadership skills more swiftly if they incorporate a concept called autopilot. The autopilot is a collection of default behaviors, both good and bad, that people display without awareness and without a concerted effort to act more appropriately. Our default behaviors kick in when we are faced with certain circumstances or interact with people. They double down in stressful situations. Autopilots have a benefit. They save time and mental effort and often work well. They come in handy by simplifying and speeding up our responses to familiar situations. It's our brain understanding what has worked for us in the past and selecting what may work again, especially in an emergency. The autopilot also has a downside. As leaders who are striving for excellence, we always want our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions to be appropriate. We should select the best response for the situation. Because they are reflexive, autopilot actions are often not optimal or the best strategic responses. Autopilot behaviors are not always the result of skill deficiencies or emotional rather than logical reactions. Many times, they are strengths taken too far. This occurs when managers overuse what works for them to the point that they become less effective. For example, the talented litigator who sees every interaction as a win-lose situation. Alternatively, the overly empathetic team leader who avoids negative feedback. Autopilot behaviors are hard to break because they are deeply wired into our brains by constant repetition. Substituting a desirable response for an autopilot behavior can cause us to feel anxiety, fear, or frustration, especially at first. Unfortunately, if we give in to that discomfort, we may fail to reach our full career potential. Therefore, to advance their leadership skills, all managers should tame their unproductive autopilots. We refer to this process as name it, claim it, and then tame it. The first step to effectively manage your autopilot is to create a catchy name for it, so you can easily recall its features and examine the impact that they have on others. The second step is to claim your autopilot. To claim is to own the behavior set. Once you do, examine it from an inquisitive and objective third-person point of view. Study your unique reflexive responses, skills, challenges, behaviors, and motivations. The final step is to tame your autopilot. Taming the autopilot is replacing ineffective leadership behaviors with more appropriate or ideal behaviors. Managers get the best results when they create a written plan with specific actions to become mindful when their autopilot is kicking in, and then steps they will take to substitute a more strategic response. The name it, claim it, and then tame it process helps managers counter the reflexive actions that prevent them from being the person and leader they want to be. Get started on the journey today.